Hi, I'm Bob Ferguson, and if you're just starting out with webcams or videoing or remote presenting, you'll find there's a huge amount of equipment that you can get that will chew up your budget. And the worst bit is that if you're just starting, you probably don't know what you want anyway, and so it's hard to pick the right things. I've come up with a cheap and simple way that you can mount your webcam that's really versatile and flexible, and it will allow you to experiment and find out just what you want. It came to the surface recently. I was doing a podcast for Doug Thompson, and during the podcast, I moved myself in the frame. And Doug said, "How did you do that?" And so I explained to him my background as an engineer and how I like to build prototypes and experiment with things to find out exactly what I want. Now, I'm a great fan of listening to the advice of other speakers and presenters, and there's a fantastic Facebook group that you can follow where you'll get good advice. It's called Remote Speaking, and in the notes that go with this video, I've put a link in so you can have a look at it too. But in there was a thread talking about using virtual backgrounds for slides in your presentation. And you can see I've got a virtual background going here. The thing is that if you put slides on there, then you'll find that by staying in the center, your body and your head obscure part of the slide. So ideally, what you want to do is move your body out of the way while you're showing the slides. Then, of course, you can just carry on and change the slides. And when you finally finished, you can then just move yourself back to the middle of the screen again. And I needed then a mount that would allow me to move my body about within the frame and be very flexible about where it was focused. And this is what I came up with. This is my webcam holder, and you can see that my webcam, the Logitech C920, is mounted on the top of this threaded bar, the 1/4-inch threaded bar that's standard for flash holders, and in fact quite a lot of webcams and camera associated equipment. And that's bolted into the lid of this jar of Tesco's finest hollandaise sauce. Although, of course, I must say other brands are available. Just to make it stable, you'll see that it's filled with around 1 kilo of lead shot, and that just stops it rocking and moving about. And when it's in place, and you can see my picture just behind, it's really easy just to twist it and move yourself within the frame wherever you want. And that's absolutely fantastic if you want to be seated, as I am at the moment presenting. But what about when you're standing? There is some debate that says sometimes we're better off standing, we get better energy. And if that's what you want to do, then I've developed a big brother for my webcam mount. Here it is over here, and you can see that this time it's in a Tesco's honey jar. Again, there's 1 kilo of lead shot in the bottom to make it stable. Because I'm going to be standing up, this one's on a long threaded bar, and right at the top you can see again my Logitech camera's been mounted, and when it's on the top of the threaded bar, it's exactly at my eye level position, which means it's just right. Of course, this bar is quite long, it's about 3 foot long, and therefore to keep it steady I need this high-tech stabilization device in the middle, this rubber band on a cup hook that will just make sure it stays in exactly the right place. This setup is also really handy for maintaining eye contact when you're in discussion with someone else. So instead of having the picture to the side of the camera, it means you can just slide the camera across so it's in front of the other person's eyes. Now you'll be able to see their facial expressions, you'll be able to see their body language, but when you're looking at them, you'll also be looking directly at the camera, so your eye contact will be good. So there you have it. a cheap and really simple way to mount your webcam. It is very cheap. The bars are only about £3. You probably need another couple of pounds for the nuts to go with it. The jars, of course, are free, but you have to empty them first, which is part of the fun. And when you've finished, you'll have a really versatile webcam mount. After you've used it for a while, you might find out what you really want, and then perhaps you'll look around to invest in the professional equipment. But I found, having used mine for some time, that it does everything I want. So I won't be investing in the professional stuff just yet. I hope that tip helps you, and I'll see you in the future. Bye now.